Good morning, gentlemen. It's Coach Tim with your weekly VIP check-in. Just finished the total body workout myself and still in my workout room. Hope you guys are having a great day. Tomorrow is Friday, and so if you have some non-scale victories, let's hear about them. Maybe you've reached some of your goals. Maybe you're seeing some progress. Maybe you just hit some of the fundamentals this week and stayed consistent. We'd love to cheer you on, so let us know. Let somebody know about how you're making progress and what you're doing, and let's celebrate together. If you're new to this VIP program, welcome. We're glad to have you, and you can join the Facebook page if that's a thing you do. There's some coaches in there, and it's a great place to ask questions. But we're just glad to have you as part of the VIP program. This week, I wanted to really talk about if you really know where you're at. I've been working with guys who are in new client rounds, and one of the things that I think we forget about sometimes as VIPs is the fundamentals of tracking. Now, I know some guys have get tired of the tracking, and you might be one of those that's just doing the workouts, trying to watch your food and eat clean, and you feel like you're doing pretty good. And I'll just talk about my own experience. I track, and then we have events. We have family in this week, and so we had a dinner out last night. You do the best you can to try and track. And then there's some types of events where you have no idea what you're going to eat and you don't track. But I track on a regular basis, day to day, and pre-plan my meals. And here's why. Because if I want to make any changes, let's say I want to do a cut and I want to lose a little body fat, I can't know where I'm at unless I know what I'm eating. And a lot of guys I talk to are stalled in their progress, and they go about changing that by upping their workouts. You can't outwork a bad diet. And you might think you're eating clean, but if you don't know where you are with your protein, for example, then you don't really know if your body's getting enough. And if you're just trying to emphasize clean eating and emphasize, I'm trying to get some protein in, but you don't actually know, then you don't have the information you need to make changes or adjustments to your program. So my suggestion is that you try tracking if you haven't been. Track for a month. And maybe you just need to take a baby step and just track your protein. Just make sure that you get all your protein in on a day-to-day basis. See where you are. You might find out that even though you think that you're doing a good job tracking protein, you're actually quite a ways under. We all know that. It's one of the most challenging macros to hit. It's more filling. And so for me to get my protein in, it's about 2 pounds of meat a day. That's a lot of meat. Usually I'm supplementing with a scoop of protein powder during the day at some point, probably at lunch. But I want to give you guys a couple other tips that might help you. Some of you travel a lot, and so you're at business lunches, you're on the road, you're eating at hotels, you're at conferences, and it's like, well, how in the world am I going to track? You may already know this, but in the app, we have an AI program that can help you just take a picture of your food. It'll calculate your macros for you pretty accurately. So I plan to use that next week when I'm at a conference, and I think every meal is going to be out. So I haven't actually tried it yet, but I'm going to test it out next week. But I've heard great reports from some of the clients that have traveled a lot. So use that. If that's your day-to-day schedule, you're doing client lunches or business lunches, or you're on the road and you're eating out, try the AI feature and begin to track your food. One of the things that some of you guys may want to think about is, I've been in a deficit for a long time, and I've been trying to lose weight, and I seem to have stalled out, and I seem to not be making progress. You need to find maintenance. You need to know where your maintenance level is. And so if you're wanting the information that you need to have as far as figuring out what's a cut for me, what's maintenance, what's a surplus, you're going to have to track. And you're not just going to have to track your macros, you're going to need to take a look at your weight. So what I do when I'm trying to find maintenance is I weigh every day, so that I'm not just weighing once a week and happen to hit on a fluctuating day. I weigh every day so that I can get a trend. And then I know, am I maintaining? Am I moving up? Am I dropping? And so track your macros so that you know, at this calorie level, when I'm consistent, this is what happens. And if you've been in a deficit for a long time, you need to find maintenance and stay there, kind of reset your metabolism for a little bit. But you're going to have to track. You're going to have the information. You need to gain the information that you need to make the adjustments that are necessary. I'd suggest getting with your coach and just talking through all this and get back to basics. And some of you hit it hard at the beginning. That's why you're still in VIP. You saw results. And it's really easy to let things slip. I know Karen and I have been talking about summer's coming. For us, summer's the most challenging time of the year to stay on track, because there's vacations, and who wants to track every day on vacation? And so we've got, I think, 4 weeks of vacation between now and the end of September. And so we're trying to stay really on track right now, so that we're not way off track by the end of the summer. So maybe that's you. Maybe you need to kind of reset, reevaluate, get back to basics, and track. And maybe it's just protein, but try tracking, if you haven't been, for a month and see where you really are. And then you'll know how to adjust to get the results you want. Again, I hope you guys have a great week. If you have any questions, reach out to Mario or I. Reach out to your coach, set up a one-on-one, and talk about where you are and where you need to go, what next steps you need to take. Talk to you later.